The 10 jobs most likely to be replaced by AI in the next 10 years. What seniors should know. My friends, let me start with a question. When you think about artificial intelligence, this new wave of technology that seems to be sweeping across every corner of society, who do you imagine will lose their jobs first? A lot of people might picture factory workers. You know, the men and women standing along an assembly line, repeating the same movements all day long, tightening bolts, placing parts, or packing boxes. After all, that's where machines replaced people during the last few industrial revolutions, right? But this time, that assumption is wrong.
Dead wrong.
The truth is, in this era of AI, the very first wave of workers who are going to feel the pressure aren't the folks wearing steel-toe boots and safety helmets. Instead, it's the people sitting behind desks in air-conditioned office buildings, the so-called white-collar workers. The people who for years believed their brains and education would keep them safe. I know some of you may find that hard to believe, but let me point to a striking report published last year by Goldman Sachs. They estimated that over 300 million full-time jobs worldwide could be heavily affected, if not outright replaced, by the new generation of generative AI systems. And here's the kicker. The majority of those jobs sit inside cubicles, not factories. So today, I want to walk you through the 10 careers most at risk of being pushed aside by AI over the next decade. And let me tell you, this list may include jobs you once did, jobs your children are doing right now, or even the professions your grandchildren are studying for in college. Let's take our time with this because this isn't just about them out there. It's about us, our families, and the choices we make moving forward. 10. Telemarketers and customer service representatives. Think back for a moment. When was the last time you got a phone call from a telemarketer or a customer service agent? Did you find yourself wondering for just a second whether that voice on the other end was actually a human being, or maybe just a computer with a very pleasant voice? Today's AI-powered voice systems are astonishing. Using advanced voice cloning and natural language assistance, AI can already handle over 80% of routine customer calls, things like account balances, password resets, or product questions. And here's the surprising part. In many cases, customer satisfaction scores are actually higher with AI than with human reps.
Why?
Because unlike people, AI never gets tired, never gets cranky, never forgets a line from the script. It follows the rules with machine-like precision, and it can even detect a customer's tone of voice, adjusting its approach. More soothing if the caller sounds angry, more upbeat if they sound cheerful. So yes, the first domino to fall is pretty clear. Entry-level telemarketers and customer service reps. Their replacement isn't a matter of if. It's only a matter of when. 9. Data entry clerks and junior data analysts. Now, if the loss of telemarketing jobs doesn't surprise you, this next one just might. Think back a few decades. In every big American corporation, the accounting department or payroll office used to be filled with clerks who spent hours typing numbers from paper invoices into Excel spreadsheets. Tedious, repetitive, but absolutely necessary. Well, today, with the camera on your phone, you can snap a picture of a receipt or invoice, and in half a second, AI-powered optical recognition can not only read every line, but drop it straight into the right fields of a database. Accuracy? Nearly perfect. The harsh reality is this. Any job that is essentially copy, paste, sort, and file is in danger. If your work can be boiled down to moving information from one box into another, AI can already do it faster and more reliably. So the 9th most endangered career? Data entry workers and junior-level data analysts whose jobs are really just about tidying up information. 8. Technical and business translators. I have a friend in New York who works in international trade. Just 5 years ago, every contract he received from overseas had to be sent to a professional translator. A single 40-page agreement could cost thousands of dollars to translate.
But now?
He simply pastes the document into an AI tool like ChatGPT or uses real-time translation during a Zoom call. The accuracy is so good that even his professional translator friends are stunned and worried. Now, don't get me wrong, AI may never capture the poetic spirit of Shakespeare or Emily Dickinson. But if we're talking about business contracts, legal documents, or technical manuals, AI already outperforms many human translators. So yes, number 8 on the list is professional translators who deal with structured, standardized content. Human translators will survive in creative and literary work, but much of the bread and butter translation business is slipping away. 7. Graphic designers, basic, not elite. Look at the thumbnail of this very video, or some of the images you see online every day. Do you think they were all created by graphic designers hunched over Photoshop for hours? Probably not. Today, tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion can generate high-resolution images in 30 seconds. Type in a futuristic blue brain in cyberpunk style, ultra-realistic, 8K, and boom, you'll have 4 different options before you've even finished your cup of coffee. AI has studied billions of images, learning our design rules and aesthetics. It knows the look of minimalism, the light of cyberpunk, even the brushstrokes of Van Gogh. While it may not invent the next great movement in art, it's more than capable of handling 90% of business design needs: social media graphics, product posters, and flyers. That's why number 7 on our list is the basic level graphic designer. Unless you're at the cutting edge of creative design, the machines are catching up fast. 6. Market research analysts. Here's one that might make you stop and think. In the past, a top-notch market researcher was valued for their ability to sift through stacks of reports, surveys, and consumer interviews, spotting a trend no one else could see. That was a skill built on years of experience and intuition. But today, ask an AI connected to global data. What do Gen Z buyers in Southeast Asia look for in electric vehicles? Within minutes, it can process thousands of reports, millions of tweets, and tens of thousands of news articles, spitting out a detailed, chart-filled analysis that used to take a team of humans a month. So yes, market analysts who mainly gather, summarize, and chart public data are in danger. The value now will shift toward asking unique questions AI can't predict, or interpreting results in human, cultural, and emotional terms. 5. Accountants, routine work. For years we've heard the phrase, accounting is a safe profession. Reliable, steady, built on rules. But let's be honest. What is accounting at its core? It's recording numbers under strict rules, categorizing expenses, generating reports. And rules are where AI thrives. Today, tools like QuickBooks and Xero connect directly to your bank, auto-categorize your transactions, prepare tax filings, and even adjust for new tax laws instantly. For small businesses, the need for a human bookkeeper is rapidly shrinking. So number 5 on the list is entry-level accountants and bookkeepers. Human accountants will still be valuable for financial strategy, risk management, and planning, but not for balancing ledgers or processing reimbursements. 4. Paralegals and legal assistants. Think of every courtroom drama you've ever watched. Somewhere in the background, a weary paralegal is digging through boxes of files, desperate to find the one precedent that could win the case. Well, guess what? AI can now read millions of pages of legal documents in minutes, pulling up relevant precedents and even drafting contracts that are cleaner and more airtight than what a junior assistant could create. So number 4 is clear: paralegals and legal assistants. Attorneys themselves are still safe, because arguing in court, building trust with clients, and making complex strategy calls are deeply human skills. But the grunt work of the legal profession? That's slipping away. 3. Copywriters and content creators, routine work. Have you read a product description online lately? A blog post that just sounded a little too formulaic? There's a good chance it was written by a machine. Today, AI can generate 50 variations of an ad slogan in seconds. It can produce news releases, SEO blog posts, even entire draft articles with shocking speed and accuracy. If your writing is about filling space with familiar formulas, you're in trouble. The third most endangered role is routine copywriters and content creators. Human writers will still shine in deeply original, emotional, or literary work, but the days of making a living on press releases or cookie-cutter articles are numbered. 2. Junior programmers. You might think, well, at least the tech jobs are safe. After all, programmers build the AI. Not so fast. On GitHub, the largest platform for software developers, The AI tool, Copilot, can now generate code based on simple English instructions. Type. Create a function to check if an email is valid, and within a second, you've got the code written. The truth is, most junior programmers aren't inventing new algorithms. They're just piecing together existing libraries. And AI has already studied billions of lines of code. It knows what works best, faster than any human beginner. So number 2 is entry-level programmers. In the future, we may see small teams of senior architects guiding AI systems to build entire platforms, while junior coding jobs disappear. 1. Middle managers. Now we come to number 1, the most surprising and perhaps the most alarming: middle management. I can hear some of you saying, wait, how can managers be replaced? Their job is to deal with people, coordinate, and make decisions. Well, Oxford researchers studied the work of middle managers and found that most of their time is spent on 3 things: passing information up and down the chain, tracking progress, and supervising tasks, assigning resources and delegating jobs. But AI and digital collaboration tools are quickly making all 3 unnecessary. Shared online dashboards make information instantly visible to everyone. Project management apps break big goals into small tasks and track progress in real time. AI can even assign work based on each employee's past performance. So if a manager's job is essentially being a human traffic controller, their role is at risk. And that's why the most endangered profession of the next decade is the middle manager. The bigger lesson. So, what do all these careers have in common? Whether it's customer service, accounting, design, or management, the jobs most threatened by AI are those built on information transfer, pattern recognition, and repeatable rules. AI is like a rushing river, eroding away the middle layers of the value chain. If your role is essentially a middle step, taking info from one place, shaping it slightly, and passing it along, you're in the flood zone. Now I know some of you might feel uneasy hearing all this, but let me offer some encouragement. This isn't just a threat, it's also a gift. Because it forces us to ask the most important question of all: what makes us truly human? It's not moving numbers on a spreadsheet. It's not repeating scripts on the phone. It's not rephrasing documents or managing checklists. What makes us human is our ability to ask new questions, to create from nothing, to empathize deeply, to build trust, to blend ideas across disciplines. AI is not our enemy, it's a lever. It will take away the boring, repetitive tasks that drain our energy and free us to focus on work that requires creativity, compassion, and wisdom. The jobs of the future won't belong to the people with the most memorized rules. They'll belong to those with curiosity, taste, empathy, critical thinking, and above all, the courage to love and create. So, if you're wondering what to do, here's my advice. Read books that stretch your imagination. Learn a hobby that seems unrelated to your career. Have deep conversations with interesting people. Travel somewhere new. Experience life directly. Because in a future filled with machines, the one thing we must all do is live more fully as human beings.